Good morning. You're welcome to Football 3CGH. I'm happy to come to your homes, to your offices, to your place of leisure, and wherever you find yourself this morning. It's a bright Tuesday morning, and I'm happy to bring to you stories making rounds in and around Ghana. Um, Whenever I come to you, I ask you of three things. First is to like, comment, share this video. The second thing is to subscribe to become a part of this family so that whenever we bring to you new videos, you'll be the first person to get a notification to come join us and be a part of this platform. So you're warmly welcome. Um, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned as I bring to you stories making rounds this morning. The video you just watched was a preview as to the JC Kumasi Asan Kotoko is going to be catered in for the 2025-2026 Ghana Premier League season. And so we know that they are new kit sponsors, or I mean they are not new. I mean they came to sponsor them from last season. The Hope brand based in Germany have unveiled a new kit that the IFWHS Club of the 20th Century in Africa will be catered in going into next season's Ghana Premier League. You could see players like goalkeeper Mo Kamara, Captain Samba, Donga Unel. We saw Kwame Poku in the short light, and some of the key players like Albert Amwa also in your shots. So that was just the short video that Kumasi Asante Kotoko used to unveil their new kit for next season. I'm sure fans in Ghana, outside Ghana, will be asking questions as to how soon that they are going to be giving a replica of this jersey so that whenever they are also going to the stadium, they can don on their red and white jersey. Still on Kumasi Asante Kotoko, we all know that on Saturday, far away Durban, South Africa, Kumasi Asante Kotoko beat compatriots Kaiser Chiefs 3-2 on penalties after their game ended in stalemate since both teams failed to break the deadlock. Kaiser Chiefs Kumasi Asante Kotoko needed to be decided on penalty spot kick, and the savior of the day, goalkeeper Mo Kamara, who has now been added the name Durban to his name, saving 4 penalties and guaranteeing Kumasi Asante Kotoko's victory over Kaiser Chiefs. Kind can see a 3-2 win on spot kick. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 30th July 2025, the team led by MC chairman Kontompuni Aferehe and Nana Kwesi Apenkrewa will lead his team to present the trophy to the life patron or the owner of the club, OTUMFUO Seitutu, at the Malaysia Palace. So arrangements have been made between Nana Kwesi Apenkrewa and the chief of staff of Malaysia, and then they've been able to find a slot in their busy schedules tomorrow. So for the team to present their trophy to their life patron and club owner. So tomorrow, the trophy presentation will be held at Malaysia Palace exactly 9 a.m. The king will be seated in expectation of meeting the IMC chairman, members of the IMC, the new management team that the IMC has appointed, captain, team coach, and the compatriots who made the journey to Durban, South Africa, and did the team the honors of winning the 2025 edition of the Toyota Cup. So Kumasi Asante Kotoko, led by MC Chairman, will be going to Malaysia Palace tomorrow when the king is seated to present to him their trophy that they won in Durban last Saturday. Not just that, somewhere around 2 weeks ago, that was around 15th July this month, we were made to understand that Kumasi Asante Kotoko has made some appointments onto their management team. What we know is that currently there is no existing board; it's only the IMC that's in place. Mind you, when the IMC was first established, it was in composition of the chairman, Nana Kwesi Apenkrewa, member, Dr. James Kwesiapia Mayele, Dr. Prosperity Ogum, who was then the head coach, and Emmanuel Newton Dasoberi. When Emmanuel Newton Dasoberi got a scarf appointment, he needed to take break from the MC, so he left. We all know the situation with coach Dr. Prosperity Ogum, who didn't see to the end of last season when he was sacked midway to the end of the season. So currently, as it stands, the only standing members of the IMC remains Dr. James Kwesi and IMC chairman. So the IMC needed extra hands on deck to come work with the team. So last 2 weeks or a fortnight ago, 15th July, the team led by the IMC chairman made some appointments. First appointment was made for Mr. Charles Kweku Hammond, who was appointed as marketing and brands manager of the team. So he will go to the market and seek to bring sponsors to the club, and he will also be in charge of branding. I mean, the video that I just played with the unveiling of their new jerseys, you could see that a lot of thinking has gone into place, a lot of creative ideas, a lot of innovations went into bringing that masterpiece of an unveiling that you just watched. And so, Mr. Charles Kweku Hammond will be in charge of marketing and brands so far as Kumasi Asante Kotoko is concerned. Next on the appointment list was Ujida Senso. Mr. Ujida Senso had been appointed as corporate and external affairs manager. So Mr. Ujida Senso, who's an MA from GIMPA in public administration and formerly of Lagos cities, who were just relegated in the just ended Ghana Premier League, has been appointed as corporate and external affairs manager. So he brings with him a lot of experience in the corporate world under his belt, and we hope to see new sponsors come on board to bring wealth that will help propel the club to the success that they want to achieve. The last appointment that was made a fortnight ago was no new person, but a former NCC chairman, Christopher Damenya. He's been a stalwart as far as amassing wealth, bringing together resources to support the team has been concerned. Last month, there were rumors that he was considering running again for the NCC chairmanship position. But then after that appointment to the management committee, we would expect Mr. Christopher Damenya to drop that chairmanship position that he had wanted to contest for and now take his new role. So his new role is director of operations. So under his key responsibilities, IMC has tasked him to be in charge of mobilizing supporters and strategizing how the team is going to pick points both at home and away matches. So Mr. Christopher Damenya, former NCC chairman, has now been appointed as director of operations. So this brings to you the three new appointments that the IMC chairman and the IMC has made to the management team of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So tomorrow, the IMC chairman will also have the others than him and the privilege to introduce these three gentlemen to the king and to the life patron of the club as to the men that they've appointed to come help them to propel the team to the success that they all aim to achieve. Right after, the team were back on their preseason journey. Last season, the team were camped in Koforidua, somewhere around the Koforidua Technical University. This season, they will be camping in the central region, specifically Cape Coast. So right after exiting Baisia Palace, after that presentation of the Toyota Cup trophy and the presentation of the three new members onto the management committee team, the team will embark on their preseason journey to Cape Coast. Mind you, they have two other competitions to partake in: the Galka Top 4 and the Champion of Champions. So the Galka Top 4 will come on somewhere around 8th of August, but the Kotoko will go and start their preseason before they come and embark on that tournament. Originally, it was scheduled to take place at the Kumasi Babayara Sports Stadium, but then we all know the condition of that stadium, the condition of the pitch, and so management and then the technical team of Galka will go into thinking, have a board meeting, and decide as to where they would like to have the Galka Top 4 take place. So Kumasi Asante Kotoko will take break of their preseason to come take part in the Galka Top 4 and play champions of the just ended Ghana Premier League, BBN Gold Stars, in the Champion of Champions. So these two matches or these two tournaments await them, even though they'll be embarking on their preseason in Cape Coast. I broke a story for you, I think 3 weeks ago, from one of our sister platforms that MORIFING, DONZO, formerly of our Haifa Club of Guinea, has signed a 3-year contract with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. I understand that some of the supporters started raising questions as to the credibility of that story and as to the viability of having striker MORIFING DONZO in their camp because striker MORIFING DONZO was left out of the contingent that made the trip to South Africa. What we would have to understand is that Ghana has a bilateral relationship with South Africa, and so from the MOU that both foreign ministers signed, Ghanaians do not require visa going to South Africa, same as South Africans coming to Ghana. What it means is that as a Ghanaian, you can just buy a ticket, pick your passport, and embark on a journey to South Africa. When you arrive at the airport, the immigration will give you an arrival visa. MORIFING DONZO is a Guinean. South Africans do not have that bilateral relation and that foreign rule or policy with Guinea. And so it'll be very difficult for MORIFING DONZO to be a part of the contingent. I mean, the obvious scenario that anybody will raise is that what about Mo Kamara? He's also a Guinean. What about Samuel Dale? He's a Congolese. How were they able to embark on the trip? We know that these men now have been a part of the team for more than a year. And so, knowing very well that the team will be embarking on that journey or to go play Kaiser Chiefs in Durban, the team made further arrangements to secure visas for these two guys. And so, even though they are not Ghanaians, even though they are foreigners, and even though that visa waiver doesn't cover them, the team was able to work around the clock and gain visas for for Mo Kamara and Samuel. But then at the time that MORIFING DONZO was signed, it was just 3 days for the team to embark on the trip, and so there was nowhere they were able to go get a visa for MORIFING DONZO, and so that was why MORIFING couldn't join the team and wasn't a part of the contingent. That thing has changed. Nothing new has come up. MORIFING DONZO, if you will stay around Anakwanda or Ejoso, you can go to Kotoko's training camp today. As I'm making this video to go verify that. MORIFING DONZO is there training with Kotoko's youth team. He has signed a 3-year deal and is going to be a part of the team that is going to compete in the Confederations Cup, in the Ghana Premier League, and in the MTN Cup. MORIFING DONZO has signed his contract. He is a new striker for Kotoko. That's has changed. Not because he wasn't a part of the contingent, it means that MORIFING hasn't signed his contract. He couldn't go because he didn't have the visa. He couldn't go because he wasn't signed on time. He couldn't go because the visa waiver that covers Ghanaians do not cover Guineans. Thank you. So that's the clarification that I wanted to make on MORIFING DONZO's contract and as to why he was omitted from the contingent that went to South Africa. Now let's turn our attention to the glorious House of Folk, Continental Club Masters. We know that last month, management and board of House of Folk announced coach Masoud Didi Dramani as their new head coach. Masoud Didi Dramani came with coach Abdullah Ghazali and coach Najao Issa, all formerly of Kotoko. I don't know how he was able to mobilize. He himself has coached Kotoko before. We know that he won the league for Kotoko in 2015. And so himself, formerly of Kotoko, Abdullah Ghazali, formerly of Kotoko, formerly of Basake Holy Stars, and Naja Wisa, former goalkeepers trainer for Kotoko, are now working for Accra House of Folk. Last week, we saw some video making rounds. All players of Accra House of Folk were camped in one room and they were being taken through what many will call a lecture. We saw coach Masoud Didi Dramani making a PowerPoint presentation to them. Supporters of the club wanted to inquire what went into that training or lecture, if you want to put it that way, even. So, communications director George Opariado needed to come out and make some clarifications. Opariado says that coach Masoud Didi Dramani is a man of training, a man of education, and a man of impartation. So what we saw last week was just an orientation process as to how his tactical formalities and his tactical strategies are going to pan out. So before they start training each day, he will take the team to a room, so to speak, a classroom, give them a lecture as to the tactics he's going to show them on training that day. When they are able to imbibe it, he will move them from that classroom or that conference room onto the field to practice what he taught them. So it was just given a theoretical aspect of the practicalities that they are going to do on the field. So I mean, Masoud Dramani is an experienced gaffer. He's had stays with Deutschland, and so for someone who's gotten that European pedigree and European classification, European education, it's nothing new. These are some of the things that you get when you appoint a top class manager. So he takes his team through the theoretical aspect of his tactics, what he wants them to do when they go to the field. When they're able to do it and understand what he's trying to tell them or what he's trying to teach them, then he sends them to the field to go practice it. It's just beautiful. If I'm to show you pictures and videos, I'm going to add up to the video that I'm making so that you have a feel. You could see that he was pointing to them some of the mistakes they've made in some of their previous matches, how to correct them, and how not to repeat those mistakes. So, Coach Didi Dramani has kicked the Gauss record. Our first technology he introduced was the drone technology in their training so that players are able to determine where they are to be wherever they are on the field. So he introduced drone technology to help them in their positioning, and now he's introduced a classroom lecture before training. So, I mean, Didi Dramani's experience, he's learned, and he's brought some breath of fresh air to the camp of Accra House of Folk. Still on Accra House of Folk. Last week, about 78 players had the opportunity to be at Pobiban Training Complex to go or undergo a justify process. I don't know whether to say justify or observation. You know, justify is done by minor clubs, smaller clubs, but then these big clubs do not like the word justify. So you let me put it as observation. So 78 players had the opportunity, whether by invitation or by no means of sort, or whether those players headed from somewhere that a justify or an observation was undergoing at Pobiban Training Complex. 78 players took part. We understand that 22 were selected after the first 2 days, and then Accra House of Folk had spotted 8 promising talent that they think they can work with. The most promising of it all is player Harry Kweku Boateng. Player Harry Kweku Boateng stays in Kumasi, specifically Kwadaso. He's taking part in lots of these community gala matches and football. He's nicknamed the Kwadaso Messi. He played 2 matches in the Justify, scoring 5 goals. And so, I mean, when you play 2 matches and score 5 goals, for a player under observation, you bring all eyes to you. And so, yes, all the technical team members of Accra House of Folk notified him, observed him, and they think that Henry Kweku Boateng, Kwadaso Messi will bring new momentum and dynamism to their team. And so he was supposed to put pen to paper to sign a 5-year deal with Accra House of Folk. But then, Ghanaian players did not like committing that much to one club. So Henry Kweku Boateng told the technical team that he is not going to sign a 5 years contract. He's too young to commit that long-term contract to one club. But then the team and the player had reached a compromise position yesterday, and he's decided to sign a 3-year deal. So no more 5 years deal. Henry Kweku Boateng, Kwadaso Messi will be signing a 3-year deal with Accra House of Folk. He was in Kumasi yesterday. I don't know whether he'll be going to Accra either today or tomorrow, but that agreement has reached an advanced stage. And if that thing comes up, Henry Kweku Boateng, nicknamed Kwadaso Messi, will sign a 3-year deal and become a new player for glorious Accra House of Folk. So this has been our morning tidbit that we gathered from transfer stories, football stories making rounds in and around Ghana, specifically from the camps of Kumasi, Santa Kotoko, and Accra House of Folk that I needed to bring to your attention. Don't go anywhere. Somewhere around 4 or 5 p.m., I'll bring to you the evening news. So do stay tuned. Don't forget to drop your comments, your thoughts, everything, whatever you think in the comment section. Share this video to a friend for a friend to also share to a friend for another friend to share to a friend so that we get that sharing trade, sort of viewing trade. And then the most important of it all, tap on the bell button, subscribe, become a part of the Football 360GH family so that you become the first person to see our videos as and when it goes up. Thank you for joining me for this morning tidbit, and do join me. And do join me for the evening news as well. Thank you. Thank you. Merci. Bye bye.